My girlfriend laughed out loud with her friends, saying she'd brutally dump me after I proposed. I stayed calm, and 2 days later she was at my intercom, screaming and begging for forgiveness. I'm 29, she's 27, and we've been together for 3 years. But yesterday flipped everything I believed about our relationship, and I'm still struggling to process it all. I just need to get this off my chest. For some background, we met through mutual friends at a housewarming party and moved in together last year. Everything seemed fine. Lately, she'd been hinting at marriage, showing me rings on Instagram, talking about venues. I was planning to propose next month. Yesterday morning, I was at Local Beans, our usual coffee shop. I was tucked in the back, laptop open, earbuds in, but I wasn't playing anything, just trying to work. Then I heard laughter I recognized. Patricia was there with her friends, Gladys and Mary. They sat at the table behind me, and thanks to the booth divider, they didn't see me. At first, I was going to say hi. Then I heard my name. Her tone made me stop. "So, you're really going through with it?" Gladys asked, trying to keep quiet but failing. Patricia's laugh didn't sound like her. It was cold, mocking. "Of course," she said. "Brent's so predictable. I saw his browser history. He's been looking at rings. God, he's such an idiot." "But 3 years?" Mary asked, sounding unsure. "That's a long time to fake." Patricia scoffed. "The apartment's in his name. I barely pay anything. Jason's place is way nicer. You should see his car." My hands were shaking, but I sat still. Jason, her coworker, had been popping up in her Instagram stories. "What if Brent doesn't propose soon?" Gladys asked. "Oh, he will," Patricia said. "He's completely under my thumb. When he does, I'm going to let him go all sigh. Out, make his little speech, get down on one knee, then I'll laugh in his face and tell him what a loser he is. Jason already booked our Cabo trip for the next day." They giggled. I heard ice clink in their drinks. "You're terrible," Mary said, laughing. "What about your shared friends?" "They'll get over it," Patricia said. "Most are his friends anyway. Jason's crowd is better, more fun, more connected. Brent's sweet, but boring. Can you believe he still wears a Timex in 2025? I sat there, breathing slowly, letting the anger build but stay contained. 3 years of my life, wasted. "When's D-Day?" Gladys asked. "He always does big stuff at Giovan's, that Italian place he thinks is fancy." "I give him 2 weeks, Max. I've been sending him pictures of that princess-cut ring from Somerset Jewelers all week." They kept chatting about Jason, their secret dates, how Patricia had been sneaking money from our joint account. Every word made my grip on my phone tighten, but I stayed quiet and kept recording. Eventually, they left. I watched them walk to Patricia's car, still laughing. She had no idea I'd heard everything, or that I'd recorded the whole thing. I drove home in a fog, but my brain was already working. Lease, accounts, evidence. The rage turned cold and focused. When Patricia came home, I acted normal. I asked about her day, listened to her lie about lunch with her friends. She kissed me and mentioned going to Giovan's for our anniversary. "Great idea," I said. "We should do something special." She smiled, thinking everything was going exactly to plan. If only she knew what I was planning instead. I'll post updates as it all plays out. Right now, I have some calls to make and plans to finish. The next few days are going to be wild. Quick recap. I overheard Patricia planning to embarrass me during a proposal and bragging about her relationship with Jason. What happened next has been insane. After that cafe day, I went into full detective mode. I know it sounds dramatic, but I needed undeniable proof. I made a fake Instagram account and followed Gladys and Mary. They post everything. Within days, I had screenshots of them at bars and restaurants with Patricia and Jason. In some, Patricia is literally kissing Jason while wearing the promise ring I gave her. Then things got even better. Patricia always works late Thursdays. right? So I went to that Thai spot near her office. Guess who I saw? Yep, Patricia and Jason, eating pad thai and playing footsie under the table. I just sat at the bar, ordered a beer, and recorded clips. They didn't even see me. Patricia was wiping sauce off his chin while wearing my hoodie. Unreal. The next day, I ran into Gladys at the grocery store. She looked like she'd seen a ghost. I smiled and asked about their cafe meetup. She started stammering, but I kept chatting, asking about Patricia's work and how stressed she must be from all the late meetings. Gladys was sweating. Then I pulled out my phone and showed her a ring photo from Google, the one I'd supposedly propose with. Her expression changed 5 times in 3 seconds. I knew she called Patricia right after leaving because Patricia rang me 5 minutes later, being suspiciously sweet and asking about dinner plans. My friend Jacob works at Patricia's company, though in a different department. He helped me dig deeper. Turns out, Jason isn't just a co-worker. He's going through a divorce, and Patricia has no clue. He's been lying about leaving his wife for her. Meanwhile, I've been playing it cool, extra loving, talking about our future. Patricia's eating it up. Yesterday, she left her phone unlocked while showering. I didn't snoop. Her texts were right there. He's going to propose soon, she wrote. Jason says we can go public after I dump Brent. She has no idea what's coming. I've booked a reservation at that fancy downtown steakhouse for next Saturday. She thinks it's for the proposal. Her friends are planning to celebrate. Even Jason will be at the bar to witness the moment. But I've got something else in store. My stuff's already been moving out. Quietly, bit by bit. The ring box I'll bring won't hold a ring. It'll have printouts of their messages and photos, plus a special note for her. The hardest part is acting normal. Every time she talks about our future or kisses me, I fight the urge to end it right there. But watching her dig her own grave while I prepare the finale, it's poetic. I'm shaking as I write this, not from sadness but anticipation. Saturday can't come fast enough. Everything's ready. Documentation, witnesses, a clean exit. Patricia thinks she's in some dreamy love story. But she's about to realize she's the villain in her own downfall. I'll update after Saturday. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Here's your script, rephrased with the same length, flow, and tone, simplified and polished for a U.S. audience. I've backed up all the evidence in multiple spots. I'm not leaving anything to chance. A lot of you are asking about Jason's wife. Don't worry, she's going to get every piece of proof too. I'm not the only one who deserves the truth. Update 2. Everything went down last night, and I'm still processing all of it. Thanks for all the support on my earlier posts. You guys helped me stay focused when I needed it most. I made a reservation at Bella Rosa for 7:30 p.m. Not some 5-star place, but it's the nicest Italian spot around here. Patricia had been hinting about it for months. I knew her friends Gladys and Mary would be there. They'd been texting her all day about the big night, totally unaware of what was coming. I wore the blue suit Patricia always said made me look good. Picked her up at 7, and she was glowing, constantly checking her phone during the drive, probably updating her friends and Jason. I just smiled, remembering her laugh when she told someone how she planned to humiliate me. The restaurant was packed. Perfect. Her friends were already there, phones out, ready to capture the moment. I saw Jacob at the bar, right where we agreed. Patricia got a little jumpy by dessert, likely expecting me to drop to one knee. That's when I stood up. But instead of reaching into my pocket, I raised my wine glass. I'd like to make a toast, I said loud enough for nearby tables to hear. Patricia lit up. Gladys had her phone out. Ready. To Patricia, I began, who's shared my life for 3 years. She smiled wide. And who's been sharing her life with Jason from accounting for the last 8 months. Her smile froze. I pulled out my phone and played the cafe recording, her voice echoing in the restaurant. I'll dump him right after he proposes. Jason and I already booked a weekend trip to celebrate. The color drained from her face. Gladys and Mary sat there stunned. What's funny, I went on calmly, is Jason never told you he's married, did he? Patricia exploded. She stood up, knocking her wine over. You set me up, she screamed. No, Patricia, you set yourself up. I just decided I'm done being your punching bag. I turned to her friends. Did you know she planned to embarrass me, or were you just playing along? Mary started crying. Gladys tried defending her. You don't understand. Oh, I understand perfectly, I cut in. Check your phones. I just sent screenshots. Conversations with Jason, bragging about fooling us both. Patricia lunged at me, but Jacob stepped in. Don't, he said quietly. She totally lost it. You ruined everything, she screamed, mascara running down her face. I had it all planned. Who the hell do you think you are? The manager came over. Patricia kept screaming that I betrayed her. Irony. Jacob helped pay the bill while she got escorted out, still yelling. Gladys followed her. Mary stayed. I didn't know, Mary said, shaken. She told us you were controlling, said she needed an escape. She showed me her phone. Patricia had been lying for months, playing the victim. Outside, Patricia was sitting on the curb, sobbing into her phone, probably calling Jason. Good luck, his wife found out last week. Gladys tried comforting her but backed off when I walked out. How could you do this to me? Patricia whimpered. The rage was gone, just desperation. I loved you. No, I told her. You loved what I gave you. Big difference. I got in my car and drove off. She kept calling and texting all night, 1 minute threatening, the next begging. I blocked her. This morning, my phone blew up. Turns out Patricia went to Jason's house at midnight, caused a huge scene. His wife called the cops. Now she's blowing up our group chats, trying to spin the story, but no one's buying it. Screenshots and audio are already out. I should feel bad for how public it got, but after hearing her laugh about humiliating me, it honestly feels like karma. Jacob's taking me for drinks tonight. Says I need to decompress. He's right. My hands still shake when I think about it, not from sadness, though. For the first time in months, I feel like I can breathe. Edit. Someone asked. Yes, all her stuff's boxed up. No, I'm not handing it over myself. Her sister's picking it up tomorrow. Edit. 2. Thanks for all the support. And no, I'm not interested in your sister, cousin, or coworker who would never do this. I just need some time alone. Final update. It's been 2 months since that night at the restaurant, and wow, you won't believe how everything's unfolded. I've been getting tons of DMs asking for an update, so here you go. Remember how Patricia was crying and begging outside my place? That was just the beginning. The next morning, I woke up to 47 missed calls and endless texts. She'd spent the whole night switching between threats and begging. Classic. Here's where it gets good. Jason, the side guy? His wife works at the same company, different department. Someone, not me, sent their full text history to her workplace. The fallout? Nuclear. Jason was fired. He was her direct supervisor, and dating subordinates is strictly against company policy. Patricia got fired too, but not before having a full-on meltdown. Jacob, who works in the building, said she flipped a desk and screamed that I ruined her life. Security had to drag her out, but karma wasn't done. Those screenshots where she bragged to Gladys and Mary about playing me, they somehow ended up in our entire friend group chat. Not saying it was me, but fingers do slip. Her friends turned on her. Mary came to apologize, said she had no clue how deep the lies went. Apparently, Patricia had been trashing me for months, calling me controlling and abusive. The screenshots told a different story. how she bragged about manipulating me and using me for money. Joke's on her. I'm not even rich. She tried to save face, showed up at our usual bar to tell her side. Gladys, her so-called best friend, stood up and said, "You're pathetic. We all see it now." Patricia threw her drink and got banned. Ended up crying in the parking lot while everyone watched. Then there was the apartment thing. We lived separately, but she'd told everyone she was moving in after the proposal. She gave up her place, thinking it was a done deal. Now she's stuck on her cousin's couch. No job, no money, nowhere to go. Last week, she showed up at my job site, screaming that I owed her for 3 years of her life. My crew just filmed the whole meltdown. That video? Let's just say it's making the rounds locally. And the ring money? I used it for a solo trip, posted some beach pics. Patricia lost it, sent a long rant about how that should have been our vacation. Oh, and I met someone. Ramona. She's nothing like Patricia. Got her own life, her own career, doesn't play games. We've been seeing each other for a few weeks. She saw Patricia's latest rant and just laughed, said, "Someone needs a new hobby." Patricia found out about Ramona through Instagram and went nuts. Started messaging her with warnings about me. Ramona replied with the video of Patricia's meltdown and blocked her. God, I love this woman. Then, get this, Patricia's parents called me. They apologized for her behavior. Her mom was crying, said they didn't raise her like this. Their church group saw the videos. Must have been rough. So yeah, Patricia's jobless, friendless, and moving back in with her parents. Her whole life fell apart because of her own choices. Meanwhile, I've never felt better. Karma's real, and sometimes she shows up right on time. Edit. Thanks for all the awards and messages. To answer some FAQs, yes, I'm still with Ramona. No, I haven't heard from Jason's wife, but I heard she cleaned him out in the divorce. And yes, Patricia still tries contacting me through fake accounts. It's just sad at this point. Edit 2. Stop asking for the meltdown videos. I'm not sharing them. This isn't about shaming her publicly, even if she earned it. TLDR. My ex tried to play me, ended up destroying her own life. I moved on, found someone better, and I'm finally at peace.